is Sherry from Pussy Granny Tarot. Thanks for coming to my circle today. And we're going to be working on Libra today. So I blessed this deck, I shuffled this deck, I cut this deck, and so we should all be ready for what's coming up for Libra. Okay? Now, this is the table where the reader uses a horoscope pattern as a guide for a tarot reading. We cover a lot of territory with that. It's also the table where my friend Link prints a calendar, and I read a little excerpt of it for every, I know you're tickled with this, for every reading. So what I'm going to say, on May the 31st, 3-day triple blessing to mark the birth of Buddha. I didn't even know I thought he was a god or something. Okay, also, it's the Feast of Mjolnir, the hammer. That's Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. I love Norse mythology. It's also May 31st, Feast of the Triple Goddess. Old European, it says there. The Triple Goddess, like in Maid, Mother, and Crone. Imagine that. Okay, here's the deck. We're gonna lay them out in a horoscope guide, and the first house is going to be what you're thinking about now. Oh my gosh, are you thinking about a boss? That's the King of Rods. That's business. Let's see. Oh, so okay. So I'm going to say right now, you're thinking about how to improve your family's finances. That's what you're thinking about. How to improve your family's finance. Because here's the family right here. And here's your business mind right here. That the kids need this, this, and this, and the house needs that, that, and that. How are you going about getting it? That might be one of the topics on your mind these days. Because after all, summer's coming up. And if there are going to be any improvements on your house or in anywhere else, summer might be a good time to do it. Okay, because here's mom and dad and grandpa and the babies and the family castle in the back. So this is all about generational wealth for you, like including your children and your grandchildren. Okay, second house is your own money. Did I do that? Okay, 2 of Swords. You're like, where's the money? Where'd it go? What'd I do with it? That's probably why you think you need to get a grasp on it and get more money, because it goes faster than a month does. No doubt, right? Okay. Third house is what you're thinking about right now. Well, luckily, Libra, you all are well known for your diplomacy and kindness and etiquette situations. So this is the Empress. You're highly skilled in that department, and people appreciate it because you are kind to a fault. You're probably way too good to people. Okay, 4th house is your home. Oh, we got the King of Cups here. So is this Mr. Hubby? Or if you're a man, is this Mr. Oh, wait a minute. Now we got a boo-boo here. So Mr. Hubby's unhappy, or this could be if you're a man, this could be your wife. Doesn't really matter much, except that this is somebody you live with who's very important to you. And she's suffering a little bit, or he is suffering a little bit, because this is a card of 2 people who are, well, this is the beat up card. That's what they've been beat up. They're sick, they're cold, they're crippled. They're trying to get into the church so they can get warm and get some rest, and they can't even get in there. So that means that there is a trouble in River City. Isn't that how that song goes? It starts with T and it rhymes with P, and P stands for pool. Remember that? I forget what the name of it was. I'll think of it in a minute. So there might be somebody's really depressed at your house, and it's one of the major players. Okay? And it may have to do with money. It may even have to do with their health, because doctor bills mean money. 2, 3, 4, 5 is romance and creativity. Well, okay, the first thing that came to my mind, romance, that ship done sailed. That's what they would say around here. So theoretically, because the 5th house is romance, creativity, children, games of chance, play, just play in general, and creativity, whether you're creatively a singer, a guitar player, an actress, a comedian, or a flower arranger. You, according to this, you may have picked a satisfying art to occupy yourself with. And now it looks as though you may have spent so many years or so much time with that particular art that it's too late to back up and find another one. Because if you're really good at decorating and flower arranging and whatever in the world it is you need to be writing, then this leads me to believe you're probably not going to change course, because this particular fella, this particular person in this picture, has sent out the ships that he hopes come back. Let me see which way they're going here. I think they're heading out. They're heading out, according to what I could see on this drawing. And this person wants him to come back fully laden to ease his load and help him through life. Okay? 6th house is work and health. Oh, we got the High Priestess. Well, why do we have the High Priestess here? So work and health. So let's say that your intuition is telling you there's something up at work. Little whispers, you don't know what it is exactly. But at the office, something is off. It's just, people aren't acting right. You're just picking up whatever's in the air. Don't think you can't pick it up through the air, because you can. And but then you have to go about the business of figuring out what's real and what isn't real. But that takes time and practice. Okay, so if this is work and health, then I'm going to say there's something up at work that you are aware of but don't have the specifics on. Okay. Number 2, because it governs health also, it could be that you believe there are particular symptoms that you believe may lead to more serious problems. But at this moment in time, you can't get any doctors to agree with you what you have, or even check for what you have. So keep that in mind. Something is up at work. That doesn't mean it's bad for you. It just means you're picking it up, because this is the intuition card. This is you have an antenna, goes, and you can pick up messages. That's how I do this. Okay. This, and if it's got to do with health, then I'm going to say there is a sneaking suspicion. You fear a more serious diagnosis. It might just be a fear. Okay? 7th house, marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Well, will you look at this? Wow. All right, kids. This star is akin to the sign Aquarius, because Aquarius is a highly egalitarian sign, and they believe in goodwill for everybody, rights for everybody, clothing for everybody, health care for everybody, shoes for the kids, boots for the kids, lunch for the kids, because they're the next generation and they need it. So I'm going to say that those types of that kind of general goodwill is what you wish for your own family. You wish those for your own family, and you wish them for other people's families too, because it's not fair to be in the richest country in the world and have people living in poverty and they can't buy food to eat. Okay, 7th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th house is money from other people. We got the Queen of Pentacles here. That's a money card. Oh, hang out there. Hang out. Because here's the Strength card. So money from other people can be income tax checks, inheritance checks, lawsuit checks, insurance checks, and bonus checks. So this would indicate that you have a strong possibility of getting some money by one of those 4 efforts. Okay? One of those 4. And how can that be bad? Money from other people. Now, even if it doesn't come through this year, you're a strong candidate to get an inheritance or a lawsuit win in your favor at some point in the fairly near future, because these cards, I can only see about a year in advance, because that's about as far as a tarot reader can go, because there's so many. Everybody has free will to change their mind at any moment. So anybody could take any play off of the game board, any marker off the board of game of life, and do something else with it. So you stand a good chance, though, of getting an inheritance, income tax money, blah, 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 that kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. And I'm sorry to tell you, look at this card, folks. I don't think there's going to be a vacation for you in Europe this year. I am sorry. And I'm sorry, I don't think that you're going to go back to school and get another certificate so you can make more money. Although this may indicate you would be willing to, if you can afford it, you'd be willing to go get it. But it's going to be a huge sacrifice. If you have to take a 6-week course or a 12-week course or a 3-month course or a year course, I don't think it's going to happen, though. It just doesn't strike me that way. Okay, 10th house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Okay, well, look at this now. Okay. There are a lot of things you want out of your career. However, this card represents items that are people may wish for, but they're probably not necessarily going to appear in their lives. And the reason we have come to this conclusion, because in one of these cups is a dragon. Well, there might have been dragons in Game of Thrones. There aren't any on Earth today. And there might have been fairies in Ireland at once upon a time, but we don't see them anymore. Oh, except when my husband's playing Irish music, I can see him dancing on his head. Anyway, there's also, an octopus. You want one of those? So these are fun things that might be fun to have, but you're not likely to get them. You want the most important thing. The most important thing up here is the castle. And here's a bowl of money. That might be nice. So, do you feel like you need to change careers? Or do you feel like you lost control of your career? Maybe it's time you lost control of that career. Because maybe you're turning the channel to view another lifetime, and not a lifetime, but the next few years. You're ready to turn the channel and experience something different. Let's see what that is. Libra. Good luck. Okay, 11th house is long-term plans and friends from previous employers. So, all right, this is a good entry into this card, because if you feel like you need to take your career some places where it needs to go because it's not satisfying anymore, here are friends you can call to find out, do you still work at so-and-so? And I'm a so-and-so now. Does your company get anybody like that there at your place? Who's hiring? Who's the name of the hiring? Who's the name of the HR person? Because here's somebody, these are friends. They've been helping each other for a long time. So call people you know who you have worked with in the past and you have a good relationship with, even if it's your supervisors and your bosses. So, that will go a long way to relieve your doubt and indecision about what's going on in your career right now. Okay? Because this kind of indicates that you've kind of hit a dead end there. And you need a refreshment. You need to be refreshed, and these people can help you. Now, this one's, are you willing to move? Are you willing to move for a job? Just asking. 12th house. Okay. What this is, ready? This is somebody who has everything she wants. The 9 of Cups is one of the most important cards in the deck. This person smiles. This person's covered with jewelry and peacock feathers and hats. And 9 full golden cups of riches, love, kindness, and joy. So kids, you Librans out there, when you go to sleep, Because this is what you think about when you go to sleep at night. You're mostly happy about what happens in your life on a daily basis. Where there's a little bit of disappointment would be here because your career does not satisfy you anymore. How about that? So what we have is what's on your mind is business and money. Where's your money? See that? Your money is, I can't see it, I can't find it, where'd it go? It's that kind of thing. So it's probably because the costs are going up and there's not enough money to go around. Third house is in communication. You're an expert and skilled at communication, because that's what Libra's calling card is. Kind, diplomatic. And this is your fourth house of home. So something unhappy is going on at your house. You're not happy there. So that either could mean you and your spouse are at odds, or the kids are making you crazy, or the house needs work and it looks almost impossible to get it done. It looks it's cast a shadow on whether it could be done or not. Let's put it that way. Okay, fifth house, romance and creativity. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is somebody who's sent us. So, okay, you're a really creative person, and you've been a really creative person and maybe in a couple of lines of work, but now it's like they left and now you don't know what to do. So don't panic, because there's going to be another way and you're going to find it through friends. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is there's work and health. Look, if they love you at work. Or if you don't have a job, they're going to love you at work. And you're incredibly intuitively inclined. You can tell when somebody walks in a room, you can tell by the look on their face what's the matter with them, or B, what is the matter with them, because you know their face does not look right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So be aware, because that intuition it always comes in handy. And might help you get a job, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are talking about work and health here, okay? But it also has to do with you got a sneaking suspicion that you got a health problem. You have a sneaking suspicion that there's scuttlebutt going around the office that's you can't quite get a grasp on. Okay, seventh house, right? It's romance, no, marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Woo! Fairness, kindness. And good for all, for the highest good of all concerned. This would be the name of this card, because you want the highest good of all concerned, Miss Libra. You don't want anybody to suffer. You're a kind of wonderful people. Okay, seventh house, marriage partnerships and business partnerships, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eighth house, money from other people. So, you're probably going to get money from some people, but you got a good chance, but I'm not sure it's going to be this year. Okay? And this is, ninth house. You're probably not going to sign up for any classes. You're probably not going to go for a vacation. I think that you've just sort of like turned your back on those topics for the moment. Okay? And this is your dissatisfaction with your career. And this is people you can call to give you a jump start on your career, a job, something that's more fun. And you actually, in spite of these disappointing situations, you still go to sleep happy. Congratulations, Miss Libra, you've conquered. Okay, thanks. This is Twisted Granny Tarot. Thank you for coming to see me. I appreciate it. I love talking to you. So like and subscribe and leave me comments about what I said wrong. Or leave me comments about what I said right. Okay? All right, thanks. Love you. Mean it. Bye.